Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today is a very exciting day because we're going to be taking a look at the Race to Celebrate Light Up Snot Rod, or Blanebot, as this translation says. And this is such an unexpected find when I went to Target today, because initially I was just going in to get the Race to Celebrate color changes McQueen because I thought it looked really cool, and I didn't pick it up last time. But when I walked in, I found the full case of these light up cars just sitting on the shelves, and I was like, "Is this what heaven looks like? Have my prayers finally been answered?" And yeah, they had everybody. They had Snot Rod, DJ, Wingo, Mater, Sally, Anthony McQueen. You gotta have the main character somehow, but we're not talking about the case contest. We'll take a look at Snot Rod here, and he looks great. I really, really love him. So let's take a look at the packaging now. So as you can see, we do have its classic artwork from 2006, just photoshopped to have the Race to Celebrate decals, which is pretty seamless, I would say. They did a pretty good job. And they do have the way this brings background and tailwind paths actually during the nighttime, which is pretty cool because the diecast versions for these packages actually have the same exact backdrop, but in the daytime. So it's kind of cool that they're changing it up for the light up cars. Of course, they have light up here, the Race to Celebrate logo, the try me button, because if you press on Snot Rod, it's back here, he does light up. And we will take a look at the light up features a little bit more later on in the review, but he does show a little infographic on how he could do that. It's name tags. Of course, these do get the full blisters, whereas the packages we're used to have the streamlined blisters. So yeah, once again, it's kind of being reserved for these special edition lines, not really the main line though. But yeah, I really like the name tag here, how it goes from like a checker design to like a almost like a fiery pit from the sun. It's kind of cool. We have the Warning logo, and on the back we have the other lineup cars in this line. We have McQueen, Mayta, Sally, Wingo, and DJ. Yeah, the stupidest thing about this line is, my only complaint is that DJ, Wingo, and Snot Rod are not getting normal diecasts, but Boost is, but he's not getting released in this line, so it just creates this weird inconsistency. Because for these three, they are getting diecast releases. In fact, they're already all out. I don't have Sally or Mater, but they're out. But Wingo, DJ, and Snot Rod, if you want to get like something that matches the 155 scale counterparts, you either have to get these three, or for Snot Rod, he's coming as a color changer, which I guess it's cool, but I mean, that's kind of ugly in my opinion, so I just decided to go with this one because I thought it looks cool. But you know, again, I'll talk about all this more in the end of the video. But for now, let's get this guy out of the package. I'm so excited, guys! You have no idea. Oh wow, these are really hard to get open. Okay, we have that. Okay, we're taking the Snot Rod out. There he is. He's coming out. We're gonna put the packaging on display here just so that we can use it for paper assist. And here is Snot Rod. Look at that. He's actually lighting up. It's very cool. Before we take a look at him though, he did come with this instruction pamphlet, which I think we need. Just like probably to say, oh, this is how he lights up. Yeah, I think so. Why am I finding it hard to open instructions right now? Christ. Yeah, this is like legal jargon. We don't care about that. But we do care about Snot Rod though, and my God, he looks amazing. Can I just say, I love his expression. Look at off to the side here, where you can actually see his eyes again, not like the diecast or like this color changer here, where he's just looking straight down the middle. Actually, let me just pull that diecast out. This is his color changer because unfortunately I don't have his diecast. One of the few tuners I didn't get as a diecast. Oh, so we're focusing, but let's zoom in. Just show a size comparison. Yeah, he is significantly longer than a diecast or this plastic color changer Snot Rod, but I wouldn't say he's that out of scale. Honestly, I think it matches pretty well. But yeah, that expression, like top tier. I love that he's looking off to his left, right, and he just makes him look so different, so determined. It's pretty cool. We do have his little I don't know what he's called, but they are painted in blue with his engine here, which is really nice. He's based on a muscle car, of course, with the SR logo for Snot Rod. On the sides here, you do have green wheels with a silver trim. That silver trim actually looks really nice. Like, wow. It was amazing. He does have this black bar here with the 95 LMQ logo, so that replaces the little Snot Rod thing he had on his black hockey stripe, as I like to call it. So it's pretty interesting. Went from black to like this dark purple. And he does have this lightning bolt design, which kind of is the same with all the ways to celebrate stuff. Like here's McQueen, for example. Yeah, he kind of is like that. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We do have his exhaust pipes, which are actually clear because the entire base is clear, and you can actually see where the batteries are. So if you want to change it somehow, you can do that. It's held together by screws, I think. That's not gonna. Oh my god, I'm not gonna focus today. But yeah, this looks. Okay, can we not do that? Come on. Sorry about it, guys. I'm kind of getting used to this new format of video editing, so these next few videos are gonna be a little rough, but hopefully y'all will enjoy this. I actually got a new background and everything, so yeah, really excited for the future of the channel. But anyways, you can see it's a made in Vietnam, like on the very corner here. You can just say that. Let me see if we can zoom in on it. Yeah, you can barely see it because yeah, made in Vietnam, so that's pretty cool. We have some date stamps there. We do have his big tiles on the back, which is pretty accurate to his original diecast. He does have a 95 LMQ logo on the back, which I believe some of them do have it. Again, this is only like my second Ways to Celebrate item. I haven't even found Sally or Mater's diecast, so yeah. But from what I've seen, they do have different variations of this logo, which is pretty nice. I'm glad it's not all just the same logo copy and pasted. They did put some effort into this line. Of course, we have the SL logo and his blue license plate, which I believe are accurate representations of his diecast. Oh, plastic card case, yep. And he does have this protruding bumper because this also acts as a light-up feature. So you can either press on the back or this bumper. So either way it works. And it's not too like noticeable because you're just gonna see it from the front here. It's only in the back. So I think this is probably one of the better ways to celebrate cards, and the fact that they kind of hit the button quite well. The side is pretty much the same. Here is the base, and yeah, I forget to mention that these are stickers, unfortunately. So yeah, they're gonna peel off like very soon, unfortunately. But I mean, they don't look horrible. They actually look pretty nice. And okay, for some reason my camera wanted to go back to that. Okay, that's great. So yeah, just give a brief 360 look, 60 on these guys. And yeah, that about does it for Snot Rod here. So let's take a look at him at the turntable, and we're gonna test the light-up feature. Alright, and here is Snot Rod on the turntable. And yeah, well, he looks amazing. He really does, especially when you do a light-up feature. I think it's pretty cool. Stop for some reason, but yeah. You can kind of see like it lights him stay on for quite as long as I would have liked, but you know, it's still pretty cool. You can see like his insides light up, not his eyes though. But I will say, these guys' releases have been so weird because they initially were appearing in Malaysia and Hong Kong, and in all those places you would expect to get cards first, right? And then we did appear in the US, but not at Target, not at Walmart. Weird retail stores like Maya, HEB, Kroger, Shields even, which is like a sports company. I don't know why they'd be selling the cars, but yeah, it was like that for quite a few weeks, and all of us thought these weren't gonna hit Target, and they were basically canceled. But thankfully, they are starting to slowly show up at Targets across the US. I just think Mattel kind of delayed them a little bit, but you know, I'm so happy I have one of them, big Snot Rod, and he just looks fantastic. And this Ways to Celebrate scheme, you know, I just love that expression. The expression is like very peak. Now, before we do the light ups, I do want to show him next to a diecast Snot Rod. Kind of see the scale of it. It's like really hard to do without when it's just like two bars. So let me see. Actually, I'm gonna try and see if I can get him on this table. Kinda, but yeah, you kind of see. Like I said, it does kind of match up with the diecast / plastic color changer. Well, not really, because he is a little bit bigger on the back. But otherwise, I think it's pretty solid. I really think he is solid. I know I keep repeating myself, but I just have no words to describe this Snot Rod. He's cool, genuinely cool. Let's take him off the turntable because I do want to do some proper comparisons. Here he is next to a 155 scale Ways to Celebrate McQueen. He's lining up. And honestly, he actually looks pretty good. Like he doesn't look as big as a diecast. Like there's no part of him. Well, maybe he's a little taller because like if you put a normal Snot next to McQueen, I feel like that's more in scale. This like it's not as noticeable as like Wingo. Like Wingo for some reason is like ginormous, but you know, oh, this is kind of cool actually. You kind of pose them in positions like that with that expression. You should screenshot this, guys. This is a screenshot worthy. But yeah, that about does it for the comparisons for Snot Rod. Let me turn off the lights and we'll see this guy's lights in action. 3, 2, 1. And yeah, well, he looks great. He really does look great. His eyes do kind of light up a little bit, which is strange, but I think it's funny. His eyes glow. The bolt glows, the entire base glows when you light him up. I think it's pretty nice light. You know, it's not like one of those toys where as soon as you turn on the buttons, I gotta switch off immediately. It does stay on for like a couple of minutes, or seconds actually, which is quite nice. You know, they put a lot of thought and effort into this. It's called, again, I do wish he was getting a diecast in the Razor Celebrate line, because like, we only have like, what, 6 diecast in the entire line, and I just think Boost, Snot Rod, and here and DJ would have been amazing additions, you know. Instead of doing McQueen Major on a 2-pack, why not do Wingo and DJ in a 2-pack, or Wingo and Snot Rod on a 2-pack, or even better, Boost and Snot Rod on a 2-pack. They're kind of harking back to 2006 when they were releasing a 2-pack together. So I don't know why Mattel just feels the need to not do these as diecast. You know, they're doing some in this light-up line only, like DJ. They're doing some of them as color changers, and in the light-up line, like Snot Rod. Some of them are getting mini racers and light-up versions, like Wingo, but a full-on diecast. And Boost is like the only one that's getting a diecast and not a light-up. So it's really weird, but hopefully they'll come up with these as diecast maybe next year for 2027's lineup, since Race to Celebrate is more likely continuing on to 2027. So if we're going by the other lines, because GRC started in 2024 and continuing on to 2025, sitting on Race and Rescue, which is a whole kind of worms on itself, because like they're coming back on a subline, but like it's different. I don't know. I don't want to do it. But anyways, here he is again next to LM in the dark, which is pretty cool. I might get the lighter version of McQueen just to go with Snot Rod, but I don't know. I'll have to see. But yeah, that about does it for the review here. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire signing off.